Hey everyone, Coach Steve here. Just going over a little bit of how important it is to be jumping and hitting at your peak of your jump. So there's two kind of things in when you jump. You're either jumping on the way up or you're falling down. So there's no real hang time. It's just kind of an extension of your body. And you can kind of tell this by the way your hair goes up, the way your shirt moves up, the way your body moves. You always want to be hitting on the way up. So I think a great exercise to do is just kind of film yourself and then put a little line over how when you peak jump. So we can go full speed. So we're going to go full speed, and when you're at your peak jump, all we're going to do is put a line across the head. So that's where you should be contacting it. So we're up here, we're head contacting it. And if your head is dropping, you can see how the momentum is kind of dropping down when they hit. See how it's up? We should be hitting it there. We should be contacting the ball there. And then see how gravity kind of is falling down now here a little bit this direction as we follow through. So we want to be able to really go up and get that ball every single time. So next attack here. You can really see it here again. This would be great if you can have a camera, just film yourself. We're going to go up at our jump. We're going to write our line here. Let's go back. We're up there. Now gravity, look how far gravity is pulling us down here. So everything else looks good if we hit the ball there. Look how much higher we are here. And then now we drag it down. So this drops us a couple inches, sometimes even 6 inches. And a lot of that gravity force is bringing us down, which is really not helping our arm speed either. So this is probably one of the biggest things people ask me, how can I help my jump and my hitting ability? And it's something that you can do almost instantly. It's not really weights or training. It's really technique based and realizing what's happening. Realizing that gravity feeling is not a good feeling to be hitting. You don't want that feeling of being dragged down. You want that feeling of going up, and you want to spike now. So you might have to delay your approach just a second, but I want to go up and I want to spike now. And now I'm falling down. It's really hard to get any kind of top spin or over the ball. And now the ball kind of flails forward. So we'll go back in full speed. You can kind of see it even more accurately. This line is where my jump is maxed. And you can kind of see it coming down. Let's check out this one here. This looks to be a pretty good one from what I've seen so far. This is really good, actually. So we're going up and attacking the ball at a high point. Our body's extending, and at our perfect combination of extending and getting up and hitting the ball at the same time. So our approach is good. Our coordination is all linked together. Our jump is up. We're at our peak now. And we're hitting now at our peak. And then we're still there after we fall. This is perfect. And we've hit and we've still above the line when we follow through. And then we come down. So we're up here, we've extended, we've hit, we've stayed at that line, and now we've come through. This is hitting right at your peak. Let's look at it from the top speed. And a great swing too. So you can see getting at the top of the peak, staying tall, hitting it through that zone at the right moment, timing it perfectly, and then dropping after you've already finished your attack. Perfect. Let's check it out again. Here's our peak. Jump through. And you can already see the momentum kind of dragging down a little bit. You can see the momentum coming down just a little bit here. And that drags the ball down. So we should hit it. We follow through. Our arm swing should already be finished. Our arm should already follow through and wrap around our body. Instead, our arm is, see how we're dropping here? You can see us dropping here, and our arm is contacting it there. So we're falling down and hitting, dropping and hitting. It's a small thing that you can really do on your own. You can go up against the wall. You can go up and hit against a block. You can do this and really get this feeling, and it's going to change a lot of your mechanics just very quickly, your height of your hitting just very quickly. Let's see this one again. I think that's about the peak right there. A little bit better than the first time. The first time you really hung and bang. You don't want to hang and bang so much. You know, go up and attack the ball quick. This is a pretty decent job of hitting it there, and now you're still, if your head's still at this line when you finished, it's okay. This is a much better attack than the first one. So good job on the second one. Third attack, let's see. Let's look up. Peak is about there. Let's draw this line. And the momentum's carrying down. So you want to attack there. This has a lot to do with when we leave and when our approach and how big of our approach is and how big of our step is. So all these things that we're talking about with our feet, how big of a push, how big of a stop we make, how big of an explosion we make, these are all timing of the ball. So right here, that's our peak. And now you can kind of see momentum is kind of coming down a little bit as we drag down. See how it's right there's our peak. We should be finishing with our arm swing, so we have to start a little bit later. And now we're falling down into the block and the ball hits the tape. So small little micro errors. These are things that we can have complete control over. Again, let's see. Peak is here. Attacking a little bit, falling. So a little bit falling. And I don't want you to, I do not want you to get discouraged on this. Sometimes players have no idea that this is even happening. So that's why video is so important. So it's really just an easy fix. Once you know that it's happening, then you can go on and fix it. So I really don't want players to get discouraged and look and be like, oh man, I can't believe I'm doing this and this and that. Because not a lot of players do, and they realize only through video, and it's going to help them tremendously. It's just probably one of the biggest things that is going to instantly help your game. So a little bit on the way down, momentum. All right, this has nothing to do with how high you jump. This is just maximizing your peak of your jump. Another time. And let's see. Right there, we got to get a quick arm and hit that ball fast. Instead, we kind of hang and drop and hit at angle, and you've kind of gotten your ball smothered. So right now, you could have gotten a little bit more of an angle, come this way, and then attack this ball really hard down very fast. But you kind of went up there, and then you kind of hesitated and paused, and then you dragged everything down to the left, and then she got just on top of you, and your ball was hit just straight ahead. So in this case, you had all this angle right here. If you got gotten on that really fast and really quick, you could have smashed that to the floor very fast. Get up there quick, hit that ball hard. Here we go. Let's zoom in. Here's our head, here's our line. Jumping up, there's our peak. And then really falling down. Also, what happens if you're falling down like this, your hand flattens out. So your hand kind of turns into a paddle. It doesn't get over on top of the ball. Your hand kind of is flat. It doesn't have this curl over the top smash kind of feeling where you're getting your hand on top of the ball. So it's almost like a float serve. So that way the ball kind of gets underneath you, and now the trajectory of the hand, you can see this, just shoots out. The ball is going to go way far. I can even tell how this is going to go. You can just tell the ball is going to fly off and go really long. Dragging down, the ball goes out. So your body does have a whole lot to do. Your body it's almost like tennis, where the tennis racket has a lot to do with, hitting the ball and controlling the ball. The tennis racket is your entire body, though, for volleyball. So every little movement, every jump, every kind of thing is affecting how the ball is going to be touched and hit. So this little bit of an early jump, now our hand's flat, and we get way on top of it, and we fly it out of bounds deep. So the first one was perfect. The second was a little bit early. Third one was pretty far early. Now again, these are not to criticize and not to get on people, but it's just great examples of needing consistency and then having that feeling and just seeing just results of when you do get up on top of it early and everything is timed up perfectly and you're staying tall and you're hitting hard, you have really good results. And then if you're in too early, just the amount of jump just on yourself, you can get in real trouble here. So I really hope you enjoyed this video, and I really do think this is one of the most important things for every hitter. No matter what, your timing of your jump and getting it at your max speed is probably the most important thing you can possibly do, and quickest thing you can do to fix yourself and be a better player right away. So thank you for watching, and I hope you guys have a good day.